what you want, when you want it, where you want it. This is The Mesh.
We'll try not to like too much talk over each other, but again, we are girls and we are
agree to disagree.
And I was like, okay,
Moving on.
well, the makeup bottle.
Not little.
It's like a cracked out T-bird, some grease.
Yeah, I can
You
see
know,
that.
she's got that black hair.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Mesh and Chick Chat. We're back. We were just chatting before we said let's record because Jeanette and I were catching up on our children and our teenagers and our rising high school graduates who it's going to be here before we know it, unfortunately. But we're going to stop talking about them because we may break out in tears or anger or laughter even at the fact that, I mean, I have to laugh sometimes thinking about my child functioning on their own in like college situations. Like I find that it might be humorous if I was a fly on the wall. I'm trying to prepare as best I can the child, but some of the stuff I just sit back and go, you know, because I'll get the whole like, no, I'm teaching you this now because you're going to need to know this when you live on your own in college or after college, or if you weren't to go to college, you know, and you went and did stuff living on your own. You have to know these life skills. And I get the eye rolls or the mom, I know, or I get it, or I understand, whatever. And they don't get it. And so sometimes I just sit back and laugh and think about how one day, I'm going to get a phone call of the Mom, you were right. Oh my gosh. Or Mom, I need help. And you know, I'm just going to bask in the glory of the Mom, you were right conversation.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. I'm
you get the eye
terrified,
rolls?
but laugh.
You get the eye rolls?
Oh, I get the eye rolls. I get the, my gosh, it's not that hard.
It's not that deep, Mom. That's the phrase I get a lot. Mom,
Yeah.
It's not that deep.
Oh, yeah.
No, Charlotte, it is that deep.
It is.
Let me just
when
tell
you don't have clean underwear because you don't remember how to like start. I'm not going to just buy you new underwear.
Yeah,
And you can't just wait
not.
until you come home to do laundry. And you better
You know
not wear
these
dirty
little-
underwear. Like,
You know, these little reminders I tell you every once in a while, and you roll your eyes and say, I got it. I got it. Okay. Do you? You know, do you? Because the reason I'm reminding you is because you haven't got it thus far. So who's going to be reminding you whenever you're, you know, off on your own? Nobody. So stop rolling your eyes and figure it out. I'm just, you know, doing it while I can, but then you're going to have to figure it out. You're going to miss your mama.
Oh, I tell her the same
Just
thing. I'm
saying.
like, I love how you're like, I can't wait to leave home. I'm like, I'm waiting for that call of,
Girl,
okay, how do Mom, I miss you.
I can't wait either. How about that? I can't wait either. I can't wait for you to figure it out. You know, I mean, I can wait for you to leave, you know, but as mom to mom, I can't wait. You know, I can wait. I'm going to miss the hell out of them. But like to their face, oh yeah, I can't wait for you to leave either. I can't wait for you to figure some stuff out. Go right ahead. Have fun.
At one point, my daughter wanted to go across the country, and I'm like, you'll last a week.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Mine too. Because clearly, you know, obviously people know if you listened before, I live on the West Coast, you live on the East Coast. I used to live on the East Coast. And so obviously both my kids were born on the East Coast, and we go back occasionally to visit family and whatnot. And so they, you know, have friends there and connections there and stuff. And they've talked several times. She's said, oh, well, I mean, what if I just went to, you know, Chapel Hill, or what if I went to Lenore Ryan, or what if I went to College of Charleston and all? And we're like, yeah,
go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah, that would be awesome. You know, Charleston's beautiful. You will love it for the 3 weeks you're there. You know, that will be great.
Until you come home crying, like, I need to transfer because I need my mommy and my daddy again.
I need you guys in driving distance somewhere, you know? I mean, some of the schools she's looking at right now are still, you know, 5-6 hours away and stuff. And so I'm like, yeah, it's still a big old chunk of time. This is not just like I'm sorry, I can't get to you for breakfast in the mornings. It's just not going to be that way. But
Oh, I've threatened to move to wherever she goes. I'm like, I'll just move.
my husband said, I'm going to need her close enough that I can like be there for a meal if she needs like something during the day. And I'm like,
What?
I don't really know that that's like doable. He's like, well, we could like see how that happens. And I was like, well, best start saving up your mileage on Delta.
Right. Don't use any of your airline miles because you're going to use those for your day trips
Yep.
for a
See what we
meal.
can figure out. I know. Or figure out a way to buy a private plane somehow. We'll see.
Or find somebody who has one. It's a
Yep.
ride.
Get us a little PJ. Get us a little private jet action.
You better start doing Zoom lunches.
Yeah, right. Go ahead and get used to it now. Yeah, thank goodness our kids were COVID kids, right? That were able to deal with Zoom. I actually have a mom friend whose daughter is a freshman in college this year. And again, we live in Washington State. Her daughter is in school in Alaska. Sounds obviously,
I guess it's not that far, right?
I know, right? That's what I'm saying. It sounds like ridiculously crazy far. And it is. Obviously, you have to fly to get there. But like, it's not unheard of. A lot of kids here, go to University of Alaska or whatever, right? And so I was talking to her recently and I was like, oh my gosh, like, how is it? Like, what, I know you guys were tight. Like, how often do you talk to her? Like, is she doing okay and stuff? And she said, well, she's like, it's funny. She said, when I was in college, I would call my mom or I would like have these questions and I would like come home and bring my laundry or I would, not see my mom for like a really long time. She's like, we FaceTime like almost every day. She's like, and it's just the way that we chat. She's like, even if it's just for a couple minutes, she doesn't call me. She just FaceTimes me. And it's like, hey, I'm walking out the door, heading to class, just checking in. Thought I'd say, hey. She's like, so I get this little face-to-face time. She's like, and it's different than I ever had when I was, in school myself. She's like, but it's so nice. She's like, and sometimes you just feel like they're still really close by. And she's like, that's really nice. She's like, so I will be grateful for technology for that type of reason. So she's like, it's not, as hard as I thought it was going to be because of little things like that. So that's a little hope, little glimmer there for us, right?
I mean,
Based
yeah. And I went to school in my hometown.
Same.
And worked at my dad's office. So I got to see my dad mostly every day. I'd see my mom whenever I would go down off campus into the town and go to home to do my laundry.
I made it a point to avoid
my
family in the town.
Like I saw my dad at work. So it wasn't like we were like hanging out. But I did hang out with him at work. But but when I moved to North Carolina, like after graduation, to my daughter, like for the first year, I probably went home twice a month, if not every weekend, because I was so homesick.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. I was like, this is probably what people experience. And I was like 23.
Right.
I couldn't imagine being 18 and freshly out of high school and just away.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, go ahead, kid.
We'll see, right?
I want you. I hope you thrive and I hope you are okay.
Absolutely.
But her whole thing is, well, I'm definitely going to miss Mason. I'm going to call and FaceTime him. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. But as soon as you don't know how to do something or figure out how to use like tip things and not have me there to be like, because they just swipe cards. Like we go out for like team dinners and stuff and the kids are on their own and the parents are on their own and we give them money or whatever. All the parents are like, did you tip? And they're like, what?
No.
How much do I tip? Like, well, how much is your check? You tip 20% of that. Huh?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. I know.
These are things to keep you off of the internet and from getting canceled. Like
little things. Yeah. You're going to end up on TikTok and embarrassed, but it is coming. We're going to have to deal with it.
They're going to be fine.
They will be fine. So be it. But we have done our part, and we will continue to, and we will still answer the call. And
I'll always answer. I'll threaten not to, but I'll
I
be like,
I
wait a minute,
know.
I gotta get off. It's my daughter.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop whatever we're doing right now.
Stop recording Chick Chat and answer the call.
That's right.
Yes. Well, we're going to move on because we could talk about our kids all day long, of course. However, we do have some important stuff to get to. And you and I have not talked in a while. As usual, we like to save up our information for these actual recordings, which is nice because I get your real deal reaction on things. And I have a very, very serious question for you. I need to know what you did to celebrate National Scrabble Day on the 13th of this month.
Nothing, because I didn't know it was a thing. So.
How dare you? How dare you? National Scrabble Day. You come from a competitive family.
Yeah.
You've raised your kids in a competitive family.
Probably too competitive, but yes.
Okay. Same here. We sort of pride ourselves on the fact that we never let our kids win board games like on purpose. Like,
oh no,
when they were little, like we didn't let them win because they were the kids. You know, you had to learn how to play, and then you play the game. And if you lose, you lose. That means practice and get better, right? You know,
right.
I'm talking if you lose at Candyland, sorry, you lose.
Right. Yeah.
Mama wins or whatever, right? Like I waited a long time to be a winner at games in my life because I have two older brothers. And now's my time. When my kids were young, I can win. So, but yeah, so do you play Scrabble? Do you guys play Scrabble? Have you played Scrabble? What's your
I haven't played Scrabble in
lifestyle?
years.
Okay.
I used to play, what is that? The Scrabble with Friends thing, whatever it was called, Words with Friends. I used to play
Words with Friends. Oh, I haven't thought of that in a long time.
Me either, but.
Do you do Wordle?
Yeah.
Daily?
Daily.
Yeah. Do you share it with people? Are you like
my sister?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I just recently got added to a family group Wordle chat, which I was unaware they did. I've been doing Wordle for a couple of years now, and nobody told me they share their answers every day. Not answers, but their score every day.
Score, yeah.
I was like, wait, what? But yeah, okay. So National Scrabble Day was the 13th of April. I can't believe you didn't know that. And just so you know, because I was, again, come from the type of family that does this. We are competitive as well. It's how we play these games. They're coming out, they announced on National Scrabble Day, they're coming out with a fresh version of Scrabble. And people are a little up in arms about it. It's a little frustrating to people. Mattel has announced that they're coming out with a new version of Scrabble called Scrabble Together. And it is a new collaborative version of Scrabble, basically made so that it's easier and not as intimidating to play.
What?
Yeah. Scrabble Together means that players can have a shared goal. They can work in teams, and there are helper cards.
No.
To smooth you through the experience. This is a quote. The new version is intended to make the game more accessible for players who find the original version intimidating.
This is the everyone gets a trophy version of Scrabble.
Correct. I say that is man up. Figure it out. Learn how to play the game.
Yep, I'm not for it.
Do better. Do better.
Learn words.
Right. Speak better. Spell better.
Spell better. Know bigger words. Know how to use a dictionary that's not online.
Just look at the internet. There's words everywhere.
There's words there. Read the newspaper. Read online news. I don't care what you do. Learn
It
words
doesn't have to actually be paper formatted. Like you can look online.
and learn like the full words, not just like these hyphenated versions of the word this that you guys use. Not
It
like
can't be
sus.
just the letter K. It has to be like,
No,
okay.
it's okay. And it like sus
So-
is not a word.
So
I'm not accepting that.
the vice president and global head of games for Mattel, named Ray Adler, says, quote, Scrabble has truly stood the test of time as one of the most popular board games in history, and we want to ensure that the game continues to be inclusive for all players. For anyone who's ever thought that word games just aren't for me or felt a little intimidated by the classic game, Scrabble Together is an ideal option.
You know what I say to that? Play Yahtzee. Play Monopoly. Don't play
say,
Scrabble.
I say play charades.
Do something that doesn't involve letters and words and the English language.
How about if you do charades, you don't have to speak at all?
Right? You don't need to know words because words aren't allowed. How old is this BP? This is crazy.
It says it's aimed at Gen Z players.
Oh my gosh.
According to research released in conjunction with this game, are the least competitive generation of players.
It's the participation trophy kids.
Gen Zers. Wait, are we Gen Zers?
No,
we're not Gen Zers.
We're Gen X.
We're Gen X.
Yeah, I think so.
I never know.
I looked up the age ranges because I was like, who am I? You know, we're the kids who had to go at it alone when we got home from elementary school. Like, fend for yourself. Latchkey kids, make yourself a snack.
I was a latchkey kid.
Too.
Yeah.
I'm riding the bike to my friend's house. I'll be back. Like,
show up when the street light's on.
Show up when the street light's on. Yeah.
Yeah, it says that, there's already this is funny that this is the next paragraph. It says there is already a version of the game aimed at younger players called Scrabble Junior. And I'm like, yeah, make them play that. Let them play Scrabble Junior.
You play that. Cat and dog are the words you need. You don't need to know K9 and all these other things.
You can't play real Scrabble. You don't get another version. Just play Scrabble Junior. That's it.
Do you know your sight words?
Hey,
those sight words. You can play
if
Scrabble.
You don't, then figure it out. Let's see.
What's next? Monopoly, where like if you don't know how to count money, you can just play with a partner and you can move the thing while they count the money.
It says that they're going to be putting this new version, Scrabble Together, on the back of all Scrabble boards.
Okay.
So it's just going to be accessible to anybody. Like, that's also something else I don't like. Like, you know what? If you're going to put this out there, they have to buy it separately. Like, you need to be shamed publicly for it. Like, at the Target checkout line, It needs to be like, oh, you're buying Scrabble Together. Oh, okay. I get it. You can't spell. Like,
you don't know words.
Right? I get it. You're buying this because you're scared to play with other people. You need assistance while you're playing this. But no, but now they're just going to put it on the back of everybody's board. So if I go buy a new Scrabble board just because I have beaten mine up over all the competitions over the year, I have to buy one that has this on the back of it. And that's embarrassing. So I'm not for it. I'm not here for it. Shame on you, Mattel, for giving in to the downfall of education and just supporting Gen Zers on their lack of spelling tests. Who knows? I blame COVID.
It's crazy.
I blame COVID. But since you brought up Monopoly, it's funny because there was actually more board game news in the news recently than I've ever seen before. Did you watch Barbie, the movie? Did you, or your daughter or
I got
anybody
through, I
see
think,
Barbie?
I got through like maybe the first hour, maybe. My daughter did see it. She saw it in the theater.
Okay.
So I've
So
heard her whole commentary on it.
my daughters and I went to see it in the theater to bleed into the hype and see what it was all about. But now they have announced that Margot Robbie, who played Barbie, is now in the works to create and star in a Monopoly movie in conjunction also with Mattel, which I'm like, I feel like she's just kind of, I don't know, playing into this. Hasbro is also part, Hasbro is doing it too. Like,
Is she gonna be like? Is she gonna be in the board game like she was before?
it hasn't really said, but I mean, it's Margot Robbie. I kind of feel like she's gonna put herself in it. I don't really know. It says her company is going to produce it, and along with Hasbro and Mattel, and they've purchased the rights to it. Blah blah blah. It's unclear how they're going to spin the narrative from the two-dimensional world of Monopoly. It's no surprise, though, that Lionsgate has taken on the challenge to back them as well because of the success of Barbie. It says that Margot Robbie has a, quote, clear point of view on the upcoming Monopoly movie, but just hasn't announced it yet, which means she doesn't really know yet. If you're not talking about it, that just means you don't really know. So I'm not really sure how they could do this, but apparently there's a movie in the making of it. Do you play Monopoly? Are you guys Monopoly fans?
I do play Monopoly.
I mean, that's kind of a big deal game. You know, that's a real deal game. Do you know the guy's name that is the Monopoly man? You know, with the top hat and the like little mustache and stuff
I
on
don't.
the cover of Monopoly. His real name is Rich Uncle Pennybags.
Really?
Yep, that's his name. People call him Mr. Monopoly, but his full name is Rich Uncle Pennybags.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Now
so
I
you
know.
know. Yeah, and some other fun facts about Monopoly, just in case you were curious. In 1978, Neiman Marcus, they put it in their Christmas catalog. They offered a chocolate Monopoly game, and it was $600 to buy it.
Wait, it was made of chocolate?
Yep, and it was $600.
Why?
I don't know.
That's something that will spoil.
And what happens? I mean, if you
What do you
eat
do?
$600 worth of chocolate, like, I'm pissed. I'm mad. You know, on the cards, like the chance cards and the jail cards and stuff, there's the guy behind bars,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's the police officer.
Right.
So they have names as well. Jake the Jailbird and Officer Edgar Mallory.
Oh, so that must be Edgar Mallory must be someone that they know. That's
It sounds like it sounds like the creator was taking it out on somebody that she didn't like or something. It was created by a lady named Elizabeth Maggie, and she created it to help people understand taxes.
Oh,
Yeah, which I don't know that I've quite learned about taxes.
no.
But I mean, bravo for trying to be like that, I guess.
I mean, it's fun.
It is.
Takes forever, but
Yes. And speaking of, the longest game of Monopoly recorded was 70 days long.
oh my gosh, that's dedication.
I mean, like hell, I'm not sitting there doing that. Whatever.
I do
Um,
enjoy, and I want to get. I've seen the different versions of Monopoly where you can get it like for your hometown.
yes.
So, like, I've always wanted to get the one where I'm from in Ohio, Athensopoly, and I've seen
Yep.
other people get it. But I
I
always, when I'm
actually,
there, forget to go get it, or I can't find it online.
I have one for Hickory.
Do you?
Yep, I have Hickoryopoly. Never played it though. Like I didn't really want to touch it, but I have the box and I mean the game's inside, but
Yeah.
um yeah, so it's, who knows? Monopoly movie, I don't really know. Um we'll see.
Maybe she plays the creator this time.
Maybe she just sits this one out and
She's got her thing. This is her niche right now. So,
well, like, what do you do, like, with these pieces and stuff? Like, I get, like, if you could have, because I think that I believe that Rich Uncle Pennybags is modeled after J.P. Morgan.
oh, okay.
I think so. I think that's who it was, like, created after, maybe, or modeled after,
hmm
And, so, I mean, I see how they could maybe make, like, a show of, like, he's the Pennybags is like a guy that's got all this money, but then he's got like a business that is purchasing things or something. But I mean, what does he have, like a little shoe that works for him, or like a little dog and a wheelbarrow and stuff like that? Like, I don't know how that stuff plays out. I don't know.
Yeah, I keep
Anyway,
in my mind as I'm picturing this, it's like a bunch of real estate.
yeah,
And like, how do you incorporate the ship and the thimble? And are these
right.
all just like different shops? Like maybe the boat is like a travel agency and the dog is either his dog or a pet store. And the thimble is a symbol or a sew shop, a tailor or something. I don't know. And the wheelbarrow is
The lawn and garden
a
spot.
lawn and garden. Yeah, something. Maybe that's because I never really understood, just even as the game itself, like how all those fit in,
Like why they have those
like
as
why
the
they have
pieces.
those as
Right.
the options.
Like, what is a wheelbarrow doing on Park Avenue? Like, seriously.
Right.
Like, why is it buying Broadway?
Right.
There's no
Yeah.
need for that. Like, that doesn't make sense. Why is a dog going to jail?
True. Bad dog.
Why does a thimble get to do anything?
And where is Go?
Why do you get money
I
for it?
get money when I pass Go, or when I
Why,
double the money when I
in the world does
land
that
on it.
mean? Why does that even mean? You know,
Where
I
is
don't
Go?
understand. There was a fact I saw. Wait, there was a fact that says that in 2008, 3,000 people, quote, passed Go online in a world record attempt. What does that mean? Passed,
What do you like? Oh, okay.
like what? You just circled around the board? Like, that's not hard. Just keep rolling dice. Right? Like, you roll and don't buy, roll and don't buy, and you'll keep going around Go. Like, I don't understand. Because now it's like a very popular app. It's awarded
I
best
play it
mobile.
every day.
Stop.
I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You play Monopoly on your phone every day.
Monopoly Go is what it's called. Yeah, every day.
I've never even seen this. What is it? What is it like? What do you mean?
So you have to earn rolls
Jeanette, you play Monopoly every day on your phone.
every day. Yeah.
Okay.
And like you can knock down people's structures that they built. My daughter plays too, so she's one of my friends. My sister.
Oh, it's like
used
a
to play.
community game.
It is a community game. You can
Oh,
add
cool.
you add your friends that are like you don't know, just people in the game.
Yeah.
But like you can steal their money. They have to pay you rent. You can earn shields to protect your properties. You can earn rolls. Like my daughter has something insane, like 12,000 rolls, and you can increase the value of your rolls. So like to earn other things. So there's like games within the game. But but like you're limited to a number of rolls. So you can roll 1, which means like you just get, it's like 1 times whatever you land on. So you don't, but you can build it. So like I run 10 times. So 10 times, I have my power like times 10. So when I roll, whatever I land on is multiplied by 10. So that's how you earn money and build your properties, and you earn prizes.
You little game nerd. I had no idea.
And you earn, you like, you can just, you earn dice because as you use them, you lose them. So like I've been at 0 rolls before and been very upset about it.
But do you actually like purchase property and all that stuff? Like, I mean,
yeah, you build your property, but like they take you, it's different levels. So like right now there's like New York and Las Vegas and the Sahara and like made up things like Dinosaur Land and stuff like that. Like, yeah. So you build up all your properties, you earn money through your rolls or through stealing it from other people. It's called bank heist when you steal their money, or you can knock down their properties and earn money. And then there's a community chest where you can have people help you open the chest to win money and other prizes like rolls or there's like 3 or 4 different games within the Monopoly game, but you have to have rolls and you have to have money to do it.
Oh my goodness.
It's fun.
I
like have anxiety over because I'm like, I'm using up all my rolls just to try to get this prize and I need to stop.
Oh my gosh.
Because I don't want to be at 0 rolls. You can only earn like, if you use all your rolls and you don't earn them, like you can get up to, I think when you start out, you can earn up to a max of 50 rolls. But then you increase your value the longer you play.
I don't think I even know you anymore. Like, how do we not know this?
Yeah.
Holy smokes. Well, look, I had no idea whenever this story came up that I was going to come across this bit of news today.
Yeah. It's fun.
Well, I might have to investigate.
You have to download it now.
App.
Yeah.
Jeez, you should be a app influencer like on TikTok. All those people being like, "Oh, it's free to download."
Yeah, I don't do any in-app purchases, but I will try to strategically.
I'm highly against in-app purchases.
I don't do any of that.
Did you ever play the McDonald's Monopoly?
I don't think so. Is it a board game?
When you would go to
when you had to earn stickers? Yes.
The little tabs on
Yes, you got the tabs you had to put on the board. Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
We would go to different McDonald's on purpose and just order something because we knew that they all had different tabs.
Yep.
And you could never get I would fill out all the ones, but you could never get Boardwalk and Park Place. You could get one.
And those were the ones that won you cars. And
those were the ones that got the big prizes. Yeah.
Yeah. Everything else was like, here's your free apple pie.
Right. Here's your Happy Meal.
Right. You know, I mean, but no, that was like exciting for a while. Like when they did, they haven't done that in
We should
forever.
do that again.
I wonder why they stopped that.
I don't know. I think a lot of people went because it was like the thrill of the hunt.
It was super fun to like pull it and
off your, you would get it off of like large drinks or fries. Yeah. Like you had to buy a certain size in order to get it. And so like, it would be like the thrill. Like we'd be like, okay, we're going to drive. Like if I'm here now, I'm like, I'm going to drive to Hickory and see what
I know, right?
Like start online searching, like, what does this location have? We drive to Virginia. Like, yeah.
I wonder why they don't do it. I'm wondering if, let's see what it says. Why does McDonald's not do Monopoly?
Oh yeah, it was huge. I would share with like my sister would get, my family would get them in Ohio, and I'd bring them from North Carolina, the ones they didn't have, and we trade.
Yes. People you combine them to do stuff. It said McDonald's created the Monopoly marketing scheme in 1987. If you got 3 of the same Monopoly square, they could win a prize up to $1 million. McDonald's hired a marketing to carry out the game, distribute tickets. Let's see. I think somebody stole money from the game.
How?
I don't know what they're talking about here. That's a dumb article, it seems like.
This podcast is sponsored by Jackson Creative, a custom communication agency located in downtown Hickory, North Carolina, specializing in online content creation. To learn more, visit thejacksoncreative.com. Jackson Creative, we tell your story.
Yeah, it says in 2001, the U.S. promotion was halted after fraud was uncovered. The marketing company, which was hired, failed to recognize a flaw in its procedures. And their chief of security for this marketing company, Jerome Jacobson, he stole the most valuable game pieces, justified his long-running multi-million-dollar crime as his reaction to the other employees having rerun randomized draws in order to ensure that the high-level prizes went to areas in the United States rather than Canada, although he did not take the stolen pieces to Canada. He began stealing winning game pieces after a supplier mistakenly provided him a sheet of the anti-tamper seals needed to securely conduct the legitimate transfer of winning pieces. He offered the game pieces to friends and family, but eventually began selling them to the Colombo crime family,
What?
whom he had
Colombo
met.
crime family is playing McDonald's.
Holy crap! Who he had met by chance at the Atlanta airport.
What?
It says Colombo would then recruit people to act as contest winners in exchange for half the winnings. And then in 1995, Colombo appeared in a nationally televised McDonald's commercial promoting his fraudulent win of a Dodge Viper. And in 95, St. Jude's Hospital received an anonymous letter with a postmark that contained a $1 million winning game piece. Although game rules prohibited the transfer of prizes, McDonald's awarded the $1 million as a donation to the hospital. And it later revealed that the security guy, CEO of security, had sent the winning piece to the hospital anonymously.
So
And then,
he's the reason we didn't have Boardwalk or Park Place.
yep, Colombo's father-in-law came forward as the winner with a stolen Monopoly piece. And after Colombo died in 98 in a traffic accident, they found new accomplices to help him sell more stolen game pieces. So this apparently went on and all these different things that he had all these game pieces and all this money that he'd gotten. And then he was caught and convicted of fraud. He pleaded guilty to 3 counts of mail fraud in federal court. He served 3 years in federal prison, and the trial began in 2001. And then it got overshadowed because his trial began on September 10th, 2001, the day before September 11th. And then it says in 2018, there were plans for a film based on the trial fraud with Ben Affleck as the director and Matt Damon in an acting role. But there have been no further updates on the film. The controversy is also depicted in the 2020 HBO docuseries called McMillions.
Oh, now I'm going to have to watch that.
Gonna have to find it. Well, screw that guy. Like, so now we don't get to ever play
McDonald's
again?
Monopoly? I didn't know it was that serious.
Like,
but I guess if you're winning $1 million in Dodge Vipers, then
millions of dollars. So he just ruined it for everybody. Like, we don't get to do any of that.
Can we hire someone else to do it?
Like, what if it's a different company? Like, and
Let's
he's already
play
been,
Scrabble. McDonald's Scrabble.
what if it's
Collect
Scrabble
letters.
together?
Scrabble together. You can have more than one winner because everyone's a winner.
Everybody plays together.
And we can do easy words like fries.
It says that many of the prizes are still unclaimed. For example, in 2018, 25 million instant food prizes were offered in the promotions. However, only 8 million prizes were ever claimed. And out of 20 Mini Coopers that were offered in the prizes, only 6 were claimed.
I'm one of those who didn't claim all the food prizes.
I agreed. Same.
Yeah.
Maybe like I didn't get like the apple pie or a fry or something like that.
Or a hamburger or something.
Right.
Because nobody eats the hamburgers. It's always a cheeseburger. But
correct.
I did not win a Mini Cooper because I would have claimed the Mini Cooper.
I would have been one of those. Yes.
Yes. But maybe I didn't, and I may not have claimed my free ice cream cone.
Yeah, like you can actually go to Wikipedia and look up McDonald's Monopoly, and it has its own page. And what's so crazy is that it tells you the property. So let's say the property is Pennsylvania Avenue. Okay. It'll tell you that, or no, Mediterranean Avenue. Here's a good one. It'll tell you the code because it always had a number underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
It'll tell you the code. So in 2019, the code was 101. And the 2019 prize was a 2020 Chevy Equinox.
Mm.
In 2018, the code was 901. And the 2018 prize was an Xbox One. And then it goes through and it tells you everything for every year of what the code was and what the prize was on this property, if that was like your winning property.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Bring it back, McDonald's.
I'm
Just
here
hire
for it.
Jerome and his Colombo crime family friends.
I can't get over that. Like freaking Colombo crime family was the downfall of McDonald's monopoly.
I don't even know who the Colombo crime family is, but okay.
It was a crime family. Like, what does that matter? Who cares? They have their own Wikipedia page. Holy smokes. Like,
they're claiming our Mini Coopers and Dodge Vipers. And the reason I can't get Boardwalk and Park Place together.
Right. The Colombo crime family, just so you know, is an Italian-American mafia crime family and is the youngest of the 5 families, like the organized crime families that are most well known for activities in New York City and in the American mafia criminal organizations.
I mean, okay. I mean, I don't want to talk about the mafia or anything, but could you imagine like being convicted of stealing Monopoly money and you go to jail and you're like, why are you in here? Man, I stole money from McDonald's Monopoly.
But they're like, what, like, how do you tell your other mafia friends that that's what you got busted for?
That's what got you. That's what was your downfall.
That's what put you in the slammer was
Monopoly game pieces.
The tag off your large fry. How embarrassing.
So, I'm lying. About what happened.
I'm totally not telling.
Look, it was a total crime heist. We broke into McDonald's headquarters. We stole all that stuff.
I'm not telling my crime buddies anything of the sort about McDonald's. I'll tell you that right now. Like, I'm scheming over their like little Wikipedia page here about the whole family. And I mean, there's stuff talking about Al Capone and, that there was these murders and blah, blah, blah. I mean, there's like, their origins are from Sicily and they came into Brooklyn. And then, so they're legit mobsters, right? Mm-hmm. And then somebody had to go and ruin it. Looks like,
one day at the airport just took them all down. That one chance meeting at the airport.
took them all down. There's like these little family. I mean, they've got these mugshot pictures of all the guys back in the, very beginning. They call them family wars, which, they all had ties to the John Gotti,
Oh,
apparently.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard of him. So yeah, and it goes through all this stuff. They all have, wow. Do you know these people are still like alive, like real?
Yeah. So we won't talk about them.
They have how does the mafia and the mob have a Wikipedia page in which they have their boss, like the boss, official and acting boss, listed by year on here and says who it is, like present time? Like right now, the acting boss is Little Robert Donofrio.
Is there like an org chart that we can follow?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. There's a boss, and then there's a street boss. That's Andy Mush Russo. He became a boss in 2019 after he got out of prison. And then there's the underboss.
I
And
thought
then
they were
there's-
supposed to be secret. Like we know who they are, but
That's
we're
what I'm
not
saying.
not actually listed as mob.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, how do we know this?
John
It's
Gotti
this-
was like supposed to be just like a business owner, right?
Right. Like a family man.
Tony Soprano was just a business owner, worked in sanitation. So don't have Wikipedia pages. Like,
Why do you have a Wikipedia page? Who updates it? Like, does Big Ralphie?
maybe there's a social media boss.
Skinny Teddy?
Skinny Teddy.
Or maybe Sally Bread? Some of these names are killing me. Fat Dennis? He's in the Bronx. Oh my gosh. I could go in such a rabbit hole on this. Like, they all have the best names. Chicky, Little Dino, Joe Fishy, Larry.
Did you say Larry?
Donnie Shacks. Oh. Richie Nerves. Sally. Jigs.
Anyone named Mickey D?
Here's one named Moose.
Oh.
Oh.
Is there something we don't know?
Hey.
There's no one named Mickey D?
Right? That would be incredible. Why is nobody named Mickey D?
They completely should have just named somebody Mickey D.
Somebody lost that chance right there. There's somebody, oh, this one's good. This guy's name is Hugh McIntosh, and so they call him Apples. Get it?
Oh my gosh.
I love it. All right. So, I mean, that went really out of context there. But anyway, okay. Well, moving on. I just wanted to talk about those games for a little bit. It turned into way more than I expected. I had no idea about your Monopoly fetish during the day, and I also had no idea that the crime family was the reason that we can't play McDonald's Monopoly anymore. Whatever. So a couple weeks ago, you and I discussed we were going to have an episode where we were going to break down the Princess Kate mysteries.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's been solved.
It has.
We don't need to discuss it. We're very sensitive to the fact of that she has announced a cancer diagnosis. I will be the first to admit that I had some fun going down some rabbit holes of conspiracy theories. I'm not going to lie. It was a good time. Bought me some entertainment for a little bit. I believed a few of them. Could have easily gotten behind a couple of theories. I also still am not 100% convinced about where Prince Charles or King Charles stands in all of this, like how his health is doing and yada yada, but each their own. Health matters are, I'm completely fine with them being kept private because can be a private matter. But I would appreciate an update from them at any time. Just saying, Easter did come and go, and she did choose to stay in hiding, if you will. Not hiding, but you know what I mean. Stay
Yeah.
out of the public eye. So when the time comes when we can address that a little bit more and kind of where she stands on things and how she is, maybe then we will discuss it. But for now, real quickly, I won't keep you much longer, but I did want to touch on something that I did send you a text message about the other day. That old Megan, old Duchess, has announced that she and Harry are launching 2 new television series on Netflix. Did you hear about this?
From you.
Yeah. I didn't know if you went down a rabbit hole or not.
No, not yet.
Okay, well, they have announced 2 nonfiction projects in production on Netflix. She and her husband, Harry, have signed with the company they started with Archwell back in the day. The first series that we will see, The Duchess, also known as Meghan Markle. I kind of think it's Meghan Markle, also known as The Duchess, but whatever. It's going to be a show that celebrates the joy of cooking, gardening, entertaining, and friendship.
So is Martha Stewart on
I mean,
Netflix?
kind of, I guess so. Whatever. Yeah. The second series is going to follow the world of professional polo.
Okay.
Shot
Harry on a horse.
primarily at the U.S. Open Polo Championships in Wellington, Florida. The
That's where they were this
field-
weekend.
They what?
That's where they just were this weekend.
Okay, well, they must have been shooting their shot then too.
Okay.
So the National Polo Center, the series will explore the world of the sport, which is known primarily for its aesthetic and social scene. Is that what they do in in Pretty Woman?
Mm-hmm.
They go to polo, right?
They go to a polo match, yeah.
Fantastic. It says this series will pull the curtain back on the grit and passion of the sport, capturing players and all it takes to compete at the highest level.
Okay.
It says Prince Harry has been known to be a keen polo player and is often photographed playing internationally. So, yeah, those are coming to Netflix. They're both in the early stages of production. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I could listen to Megan talk about lifestyle and her cooking and whatnot.
I mean, beyond the roasted chicken and the
We are
avocado toast,
gonna need that recipe.
we do. If it's
It landed you, Prince Harry. Come on now.
oh, did she use Ina Garden's or Ina Garden's, however you say it, recipe, right?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought that's what she used. But anyway,
I mean,
she doesn't look like she eats a whole lot. So
and she's when she talks, I feel like she's very condescending when she's talking to people sometimes, like just the tone of her voice sometimes. And so I'm not sure that I could listen to her talk about lifestyle stuff. That being said, she has created a new lifestyle brand. Have you heard about this?
Okay. I have.
American Riviera Orchard.
Mm-hmm.
American Riviera Orchard, and then it says Montecito underneath it. Mm-hmm. So Montecito is where they live. Santa Barbara has been known as the American version of the French Riviera, she says. So that's why she calls it American Riviera Orchard. I did find out that the logo to her new lifestyle brand is written in her penmanship because she used to have a job as a part-time calligrapher before she was an actress.
Yeah. I knew that.
And so this is in her handwriting. I may or may not believe it, but whatever. It's very well done. It's very, and then it's got a seal of some sort, and it looks very royal to me. But anyway, that new brand has come out, and as of like this morning, there was a first post released by someone other than her, showcasing one of the first products. So, fashion designer Tracy Robbins, a photographer, fashion designer Tracy Robbins, was sharing the first glimpse of the product on social media, and it's a jar of strawberry jam.
Did she make it?
It said in the post said, "Thank you for the delicious basket. I absolutely love this jam. So not sure I'm sharing it with anyone. Thank you, M," as in thank you, Megan. And it's a picture of the jar with the text on top of her typed out on the reel. It says, "Breakfast, lunch, and dinner just got a little sweeter." And it's a jar with looks like a little cheesecloth cover on top with like a string tied around it. And then it's got like a very fancy label on it. And it's got handwritten 17 of 50 on there. So it looks like there were 50 jars made, and this was number 17. It says, these people have spent time together, like outside, vacationing and whatnot. Another person said, "Strawberry jam makes me happy," and showed the picture of the jar. She got number 10 of 50. And so I guess it's now going out, making the rounds to her friends. It says, "Megan finds the name American Riviera Orchard perfect. It feels authentic to her. She can't wait for the website to launch. She's excited about her latest personal venture, and this is something that she's wanting to do for a while. She's excited to share her style and things that she loves." Basically, she had to shut down the TIG back in the day because she started dating Prince Harry. So this is her way to get back in the game, I feel like. You know? It says that in addition to jams and other edible treats, Megan is pursuing trademarks for exclusive rights to sell cosmetic products, home decor, stationery, linens, small kitchen appliances, condiments, yoga equipment, gardening gear, pet accessories, and more under the American Riviera Orchard name. That sounds like it might be a little too much. Yeah. I mean, you might want to just call it American Target at that point.
I was going to say, it's like I've got makeup, I've got dog food, I've got jam, dishes.
It's the Walmart Riviera.
Got some shower curtains for you. Got some gardening shears. Aisle 17. Yeah, I get it. Like, I get it. But can we stay in one lane for a while, see how that goes?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think if I'm sitting here thinking, you know what? I need some dog food. I'm going to go to American Riviera Orchard. Saw a shower curtain, some gardening shears.
And a thing of jam. Don't forget.
And a thing of jam.
Pick up your jam while you're there.
Going to American Riviera Orchard. It should be here in 10 days.
Right. And
as soon as Megan makes up my batch.
I was about to say, I hope
you
get one of 50 or something, right? I mean, I'm going to need to see who's making this 50 or how many. Like, what if you get number 8 of 7,850 or something? You know, I don't know. It just seems very bougie to me, like super bougie. So
that was my next question. What are the prices like? And who is this really for?
You know, that's interesting because nobody said a price on there. Nobody said a price. We all know what that means. If you ain't telling me it's $19.99 or lower, then I know you're too expensive.
Right. If you're sitting it to me, you're just like, you know what, I'm going to order some. I don't care how much it costs. It's not for me.
That's
I care.
right.
Tell
That's
me how
right.
much it costs.
Your friends are posting it because you sent them a free basket of it.
The ones who can afford it get the free stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Tracy Robbins. Do you know who Tracy Robbins is? She's
I've
a
heard of
fashion
her name.
designer, but do you know who her husband is?
Is it Tony Robbins?
No, it's Brian Robbins.
I don't know
Do you know
him.
who Brian Robbins is? This will take you back. All right. Brian Robbins is the president and CEO of Paramount. Like,
I do know who he is. He was on Head of the
Also-
Class.
thank you. He was in Head of the Class.
Yeah.
He's also the president of Nickelodeon. He was in Head of the Class, played the like motorcycle jacket wearing, guy that shouldn't have been in the class, but ended
They
up being
don't
the
need
cool
the
guy,
free
right?
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
They
who
don't need
Brian Robbins is. Yeah.
Yeah. So Brian Robbins is getting free stuff from Meghan Markle, which means Mary Margaret's not getting it,
I'm not getting any.
right? Yeah. So just saying, I'm not really thinking that it's going to happen, but
I will do this for the show. If I find something that is affordable, I will buy it for the show.
let's place our bets right now. How much do you think one jar of jam is? Now, I want you to know these jam jars are they're not the little itty bitty like taster ones. I mean, they're the decent size, but they're not the like Smuckers size.
Okay.
They're like the ones you get of like, if you think about, if you go to like a deli that makes their own jams and stuff, and they have these jars that you can purchase it. They're usually a little bit nicer, right? But they're not the huge jars.
Right.
So that's the size we're talking about. Okay. How much are we guessing one of these strawberry, like they're straight up strawberry jam is?
I'm going to say no more than 20.
Okay.
It can't. If it's more than 20,
I was actually going to say about 25.
Okay.
But we'll.
I will go to 25. I was going to set a limit of 20 for the show, but I might go up to 25 to purchase the jam.
So I did.
I'm not buying gardening shears. Or the dog food because I don't have a dog.
I ain't buying dog food from her. I don't care how many dogs I had. I'm not buying dog food from American Riviera. I did go to the American Riviera Orchard website, which is now you have to add your email to it and then request to be added to the waiting list.
What?
Which I did. I did for the sake of the show. I did it.
I'll do it.
But I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means that I'm going to get access to the site one day, or if it means that the site's not ready, or if it just means I'm going to be added to their mailing list one day.
Is this a members only thing?
Hey, you know what? I want the scoop. I might not buy anything but jam, but I want to be in the know. For the show, of course.
Of course.
So we'll see. Maybe we can
I'll
get
add my name to the waiting list.
Yeah. Just add your email and that's it. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Maybe we can get some sort of like seal. Like maybe they'll send you something that's like, you've been approved.
Ooh.
By the Duchess.
Maybe we'll get the little jar of jam.
Maybe we can.
You commoners eat one for one piece of toast.
No, we don't get the jam. We get the sample of dog food.
You don't have a dog? Oh, well, it's edible for humans too. It's all organic.
It's lovely for humans. Trust me.
It's good for your hair.
Harry and I had it for snacks. No, like it's totally fine. He takes it out on the polo field. No, I'm curious. I'm just curious. Like, I just want to know, like, I don't know. I don't want her. She's no Martha Stewart. She can't take that over. She's not Oprah. She can't do that. Like, she can't I'm just curious how it's all going to fall into place. That's all. I'm not saying I'm hoping for the downfall of this business. I'm just saying that I'm curious how it's going to actually work. So we shall stay tuned for that and we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's our royal update, which we hadn't had in a while. We actually have stayed away from Meghan and Harry for a little bit just because they just became overwhelming for a little while. It was a lot. There was a lot of them for a while. And then they disappeared for a bit, and that's fine. I did love that whenever all the Kate stuff was going on, there were little tiny bits from them every once in a while. They were like, oh, well, I mean, we'd be willing to come back over occasionally and maybe help out. I mean, if you need us, And I'm like, y'all are sitting there waiting. Megan was sitting there going, Harry, just call him. Tell him we'll come do it. Tell him we'll do it. Tell him we would be better. Just tell him we'll come do it. We'll fill in and people will see that we can do it better. And then they'll invite us back. It would be fine. Tell him we can do it. You're not busy, Harry. Just tell him. Yeah. So anyway, lots to follow up on those people. That's for sure. So, all right, I've kept you long enough. I just wanted to chat through some of those things because, who else clearly am I going to talk about board games with?
And now I've got to go find this McDonald's thing on, was it HBO Max? I had to go find the Crime Families. McMillions.
Yeah.
I'll do that for the show too. I'll do a review.
I think we need a review of McMillions. We need a little bit deeper dive on Crime Bosses.
Yes.
We need a follow-up on American Riviera. And then gosh, maybe I should play Scrabble. Maybe I should play Monopoly online.
You should play Monopoly online. You should. And you should get the team version of Scrabble and play with your family, your competitive family, and see how they react to it.
It could cause fights, like if we're all getting to help each other and stuff. There was a guy online when I was reading about this. The guy was like, "It feels like I'm cheating," and I'm like, "Oh, see, I don't like that." So maybe
that's the point. You can't help someone. How do you challenge someone who's helping you?
But you can. Now, I know, but now they're saying, "Oh, yes, we want everybody to help everybody else." Gen Z.
So there's no challenges?
Apparently not.
There's no breaking out the Scrabble dictionary and finding out if it's actually a word?
No, it's probably just saying, oh, it's okay. It probably counts as a word. Just give you the points.
Nobody's screaming out, use it in a sentence.
No. Prove it. That's like our biggest one.
Yeah,
prove it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, probably not. So I guess we need to play Scrabble because my husband will like halfway through the game flip the board over in like a rage of pit and be like, "We're playing the real way." Like that's what we're doing. So
I need that videoed and shared. You're like, "Yep, Jeanette told you. Look at him.
See? Flip it.
You knew it was going to happen."
Okay, Jeanette, off we go. We will have to, maybe next time we can discuss things, of course, our follow-ups, but we could also discuss things like Vanderpump Rules and The Valley.
Yeah.
Are you watching The Valley?
I'm watching The Valley, and I'm watching the news coming out about The Valley off screen. It's a mess.
Hot mess.
Oh, Lisa, and not only am I watching that, I'm watching Vanderpump Villa on Hulu.
So many thoughts.
So much going on.
So many thoughts that Lisa Vanderpump only produces dumpster fires. I can't get over it. Yep. So maybe we have an episode sooner than later so we can actually discuss those things while they're still on air for the season.
Yes.
Okay. Because I've got hot takes, Okay. I got hot
thoughts. I got so many thoughts.
I got thoughts to share. Yeah. Okay. So until then, everybody be sure to follow us online, Instagram. That's really the only one we use, Instagram. I'll be honest. But we do also, have everything through the mesh. You can find us at www.themesh.tv. You can follow them online. You can write us at info@themesh.tv and send us any questions. Tell us your funny board game stories. Give us any feedback on games we should play or try out, or if you plan on purchasing dog food from the Duchess. Maybe that's the title of this episode. Dog food from the Duchess.
I like it.
I don't know. Maybe we'll see. The subtitle for sure. All right, guys. So until then, please enjoy this lovely weather that we're coming into for the spring, and prepare your children for college properly. And Jeanette, I'll catch you next time. Everybody else, see you on the flip side.
You've been listening to The Mesh, an online media network of shows and programs ranging from business to arts, sports to entertainment, music to community. All programs are available on the website as well as through iTunes and YouTube. Check us out online at themesh.tv. Discover other network shows and give us feedback on what you just heard.